Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 946. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's new, guys?
All right, so there's a little controversy about this Life movie. And you want to, talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, so it turns out that the theory that Life is a prequel to Venom has been debunked by official sources. And we got some information here. This is coming from Dark Horizons. The film has screened at South by Southwest, and the attendees who were there confirmed it's a standalone horror film with no Venom connection. So this is not a prequel. This is not connected to anything Marvel.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's just... If they did something like that without telling Marvel, I mean, yes, I know they can make a Venom movie without Marvel's permission, but they have a deal with Spider-Man, and they really should confirm with them, hey, we're going to do a Venom movie because it's going to affect Spider-Man because they're kind of connected. I mean, hello. But in this case, they're going to make a Venom movie, and I don't think they're really... We've heard nothing from Marvel, right? Nothing. Yeah. Marvel was being very quiet about the whole Venom movie coming out. So, I don't know how I feel. I mean, actually, no, I pretty much hate the whole idea of a Venom movie until you establish him in the movies, and you shouldn't establish him until Spider-Man Homecoming 4 or whatever the hell it's going to be, you know? Yeah. So there's that. What else do we have, Chris?
This article that you just sent me is about The Flash Season 4. Yeah. And basically, the creator of the show is saying that the villain for Season 4 will not be a speedster or a being that has super speed.
Right.
So
that makes sense because the thing is, every year there's been a villain that has been a speedster, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that is every villain's faster than the last villain, right? And then you got to be faster than, you know? So after a while, that's going to get lame. 3 seasons, 3 speedster villains. So they got to start doing, like I said, they got to start doing episodes and series where he's not fighting speedster. He's fighting other type of villains that he used to use his speed to fight,
Mm-hmm.
Not just speedsters. And it would make sense to do that, just stay away from that for a while.
Yeah.
Establish his own, gallery of foes from the comics before, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, it's starting to it is getting stale. A little bit. This is 3 seasons now already. Now, mind you, I am not really caught up with Flash that much because there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen, but I get the gist of seeing, clips and different things, what's going on, Again, they're using all the new stuff of Flash in Flash's beginnings for this universe, and it's you're going to run out of stuff to do after a while. You're going to have a problem already, So that's my thing on that. Want to talk a little bit about box office because we got in numbers for Kong, and Kong right now sits at 259,325,294 worldwide. Okay, now we have 110 million domestically, and we have 149 million foreign numbers. So we're doing a little better domestically, but not good enough yet. And of course, we still did not get the China numbers. That's not happening until the 25th. So we could be in a situation where we get another, I would say, 300 million from foreign numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would that be enough?
Yes.
300 more on top of the 259. That'd be 559.
Even if it was 200, I believe that would be enough for them.
Right.
They want to make more, but I think we're going to get 200 to 250 from China and Japan.
Okay.
Combined.
Now, Beauty and the Beast has in 350 million even for 3 days. And that's worldwide. 170 strong domestically and 180 strong foreign. So this movie could literally be a $600 million situation this week or weekend coming up. Yes, this could be a $1 billion movie. Easy. Unless it drops off, which that we can't tell yet until we see how it does each day. Now, Logan, like I said, Logan, you don't have to worry about it. It's technically could be done now. I mean, 524 million worldwide. Basically, we're not making a sequel to this one, but it already made back its budget, which was 97 million. It already made back its ticket sales, has a profit. So that could end, period. You know what I'm saying? And they did what it had to do. Very good. Retire Hugh Jackman from Wolverine, whatever. Now, Get Out, 136 million, and it was only 4.5 million to make. So dramatic profitability, and first movie for Jordan Peele, which after doing that success, they offered him 7 movies. He has a 7-picture deal, whatever he wants to do, horror, comedy, whatever. So he's solidified, got a career start. There you go. You know? Want to talk about Split, because that's still making money as well. Split has in 256 million, 870,965 worldwide for a $9 million budget. Again, a huge hit. M. Night Shyamalan put him back on the map. Tales of the Crypt is also back with M. Night Shyamalan. The script for a sequel to Split is underway. M. Night Shyamalan's got tons of projects coming up, so he's happy. He's perfectly fine. And that's pretty good. So now we got the release schedule consists this week of Life, which we were just talking about. Chips, which is from the TV series with the, and it's rated R with, Power Rangers. And there's another movie called Slamma Jamma, which is a sports drama. Now, I think that Power Rangers would be number 1. But then again, Beauty and the Beast could be number 1 again for a second week. The last week of the month, there's The Boss Baby and Ghost of the Shell. Now, and then I guess somebody's re-releasing Donnie Darko or whatever. But I honestly think that Boss Baby would probably, Boss Baby would probably be number 1 because it's animated, right, Chris?
Yeah, I agree.
And Ghost of the Shell looks like crap.
I don't think Ghost in the Shell is gonna do well. I have this feeling that it's just gonna be meh.
And then Smurfs is the first thing, and Smurfs I think is gonna do phenomenal. I think they're gonna be shocked by it.
Yeah.
Because that looks cool. I would even see it, and I'm a Smurf fan too. So, the 14th Fate of the Furious. I think that honestly, that's gonna do really well because it looks good, even though it's like I think it's the 7th.
I think it's the 8th.
It's the 8th?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry then. 8th. I think that's going to do well, and I think there'll be another one, I'm sure. After that, it's kind of hazy. The 21st is not really anything that I know of that is familiar. And then the 28th, The Circle comes out, which you know what that is. That's Tom Hanks. That's Karen Gillan. I don't know. Is Jen Louise Coleman in that too or something? I don't know. Somebody.
Emma Watson's in it.
Oh, Emma Watson's in it. Okay. And there's Blumhouse Horror Project. I don't know what that is. It's untitled horror movie, which you better announce what it is because April's right around the corner. Oh, and then we got May, which is Guardians of the Galaxy. And again, that they already know it's going to be a hit. They already told James Gunn, we want you to do another one. And now he's trying to figure out what it is. And he said that he will do it. He hasn't signed on yet for it, but he will devote 3 more years of his life to that story and the graphics and whatever. So, good news for Guardians of the Galaxy. No word yet about Doctor Strange 2, which I did enjoy that as well. But Benedict Cumberbatch, it was a situation where Benedict Cumberbatch is in so many friggin' movies that he wasn't even able to appear to do some scenes for Infinity War that they're going to have to superimpose him later, which is weird. I guess when they're all standing there, he just can't. But that happened too with Mace Windu, right?
Did it?
Yeah, wasn't there a scene in the Phantom Menace where the celebration at the end and they had some guy that's Mace Windu, but they didn't zoom in on it, walking in the background? And when they focused on Anakin, little
It
Anakin
might
kid,
be. I don't remember, to be honest with
yeah,
you.
yeah, he wasn't present for that, so they just got somebody else. But look, stuff happens, you know. But let's just hope that he's able to, you know, commit fully to Avengers, Infinity War, and whatever. We're also hearing stuff that Chris Evans will be done as Captain America after Avengers 4.
That's
Which,
very interesting because I think he's going to get killed off.
They said that Samuel L. Jackson slipped and said that the Red Skull was in Avengers 4 or something, or whatever, which would make, you know, maybe he will die at the hand saving from the Red Skull, you know. Of course, they would have Bucky take over as Captain America, you know, or Falcon, but I think Falcon's too soon. They'll probably do the She-Thor thing, which I'm not really. Oh, maybe they won't.
I don't think they will.
Yeah. Now, I do want to bring one thing up about the comics. Now, we talked about the sales of the comic books dwindling for Marvel. We showed that DC was destroying Marvel with that Rebirth thing. Remember, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
That people were not taking to the She-Thor, not taking to She-Hulk that's like Man-Hulk or like all these other changes that are just ridiculous, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we heard that in the fall, Marvel will have every character restored the way they were. Even Captain America after the Secret Empire thing, right? So I'm trying to think to myself, and I'm saying to myself, well, what could instantly restore all these comic lines immediately where you wouldn't even have to worry about it? And the only thing that comes to my mind is the one storyline that is Marvel's biggest mistake that I feel, and that's One More Day, where Peter Parker made a deal with the devil to save Aunt May's life, but erased his marriage to Mary Jane 21 years, and Mephisto got the soul of his unborn kid. We heard some rumblings that may be reversed, and that Spider-Man defeats Mephisto. They put everything back the way it was. The timeline would immediately revert from everything that happened at that point, you know, from like, I guess 12 years or 15 years ago. So characters that are dead now will not be dead. Steve Rogers would be Captain America. The Hulk would be alive. No She-Thor. None of this stuff. That's the only thing I can think of. But the only problem with that is I've heard that Dan Slott does not like Mary Jane. And in order for that to be reversed, they would still have to be married. So what I heard was that if that does happen, there's going to be a divorce or something. It's going to be like a thing or a problem, and they're not going to be together.
And that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
It does, but it could be used as a way to fix every other problem, but not the main problem. Like, would you do that storyline to fix, if Marvel had 101 problems and one of them being the Spider-Man thing, right? Would you do that as Marvel and fix 100 problems and just leave one problem? Like an easy way out, boom, done? You would erase Secret Wars, you would erase Civil War 2, you'd erase... No. So, I don't know what's going to happen, but because again, if you do that with Spider-Man, every single comic will be affected. Or should be affected.
Yeah, no, that's why I think they're going to do something new. They're going to do something different that restores these characters somehow.
Or maybe just say, look, Peter Parker was married to Mary Jane for 21 years, and the universes are merged or something, or whatever, and then they're just not married now. Or whatever. Which I don't even know how they would do that either. I'm confused. Usually I get confused with the X-Men storylines, but whatever. So we have Doc Ock and Secret Empire. I don't understand that either. Magneto with Secret. I don't understand that either with Hydra. I think Marvel's making a huge mistake with that whole deal. But again, they keep making mistakes. They did the Civil War 2, and it was a failure, from what I understand. So they keep doing the mistakes. Now, Another mistake, I mean, I think it's a big deal, is that we talked about this, that I think Bendis put Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales in the DC universe in one of the comics recently.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's going to do anything about that? That's kind of weird. That, I mean, unless DC don't really care. You know. But they're flat out saying, yeah, they win the DC universe. Like, this is, like, weird coming from Marvel, you know? It's like, yeah, they're in DC universe. It's like, really? I mean, that could open up lawsuits unless they just don't care. I don't know. Anyway, what else is going on, Chris? Anything else?
Nothing too crazy that I know about.
We got the Alien Awakening, which is next year, right? And then we're going back and forth, I guess, or whatever. I'm not sure what Ridley Scott's going to do, but it's going to be like a roller coaster ride that's going to get us headaches.
At this point with Ridley Scott and with the Alien series, I'm just kind of waiting to see what they do.
Yeah. Coming to America 2, we talked about this again. I don't really know for the life of me. I think these actors just want to make movies because they're not getting enough roles, and they say, oh, let's make a sequel to something that was like 30. You know, it's like really certain movies shouldn't get a sequel, I guess. But I guess Eddie Murphy thinks that this should have a sequel. I don't know. Do you remember Coming to America, or you never seen it?
I've never seen it, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. So
I'm not a big Eddie Murphy fan, to be.
So now, please try to explain to me what's going on with the Matrix, because I'm getting dizzy.
So, yeah, we said it a little while ago. Apparently, it's not a reboot anymore. It's probably going to be a sequel, or it could be a prequel about young Morpheus.
Well, first they said it was a reboot and a remake. Then they said it was probably going to be sequels.
Yes.
But now it's going to be prequel.
Potentially.
Like, who is telling us all this stuff? Like, because obviously they're just, like, confusing the shit out of everybody.
I think it was one of the writers that said this recently. So.
I think they need to, like, figure it out, because the one thing I don't want is, remember how we were talking about The Predator and the guy was bullshitting everybody that it's a sequel and Arnold's in a big role, and then we never got even that, probably? I don't like when we get bullcraps. I don't even like when Ridley Scott, like, changed his tune, too. I mean, maybe it's better for him, but, you know, Prometheus 2 is technically Alien Covenant. So, I mean, you know, or maybe not, I guess, now, because it's a sequel, or whatever.
Technically, that's going to be like Prometheus 3.
Yeah.
And Alien Awakening is going to be like Prometheus 2.
Oh, God. It's like somebody just, you know. Hold on.
It's like, but it goes back to what I said, like, a podcast or two ago. I said, do we really need 6 Alien movies leading up to Alien?
I told you. You know what? Because the problem is this, Chris. He won't go past it.
Oh, I know.
He will not do Alien 5.
I know.
He won't even let the guy do it. So if we have no choice, it doesn't really matter. Even if we just are... Because here's the thing. I mean, they're basically saying that aliens are everywhere else. So... I mean, I guess it wouldn't really affect original Alien movie, I guess. Because to them, they don't know that they exist.
I know in the expanded universe of the whole Alien thing, because everything has an expanded universe, apparently, which I don't know how canon this is. I don't think it's canon, but there is a Xenomorph Prime, which is like their homeworld.
That's gone now. From what I understand, they're just created. They're not. They don't even have a planet.
That's not even the case, yeah.
And I don't know if I like that. You know, I kind of like to have David screwing around for decades making aliens.
I thought, you know, what would be clever is if they got to the creator or the engineer's homeworld, and it had become Xenomorph Prime because the Xenomorphs took over.
Right.
You know, I was thinking that maybe, and they went with a loose representation of that, because they said that the planet that they go to, and this isn't a spoiler, this isn't like the synopsis. They said that the planet that they go to, which is supposed to be the engineer's homeworld, has been completely mutated by the black goo. So it's like, I guess that's Xenomorph Prime without the Xenomorphs?
Right. And now they're saying that the engineers did not engineer anything.
Ridley Scott said that. Yeah, he was like, he said something along the lines of like, you know, if you think it's the engineers, you're dead wrong. And I was like, so then what the hell happened at the beginning of Prometheus?
Well, why are they called engineers if they're not engineering anything?
Well, I mean, they've engineered other things. They just haven't engineered. They didn't engineer humanity, apparently. But here's my thing: is he gonna do an interview tomorrow? Like, oh no, they did. You know, who knows?
I think he just changes his thoughts to like if he throws something out there and he's like, oh, people don't like this, so let me change this.
But you know what's gonna happen if we don't get any answers to some of the things in Prometheus and Alien Covenant? It's gonna be like, so what's the point? What are you trying to tell us here? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can't just do alien movies to do alien movies. There has to be a reason.
Yeah, you can't just ask questions and then be like, okay, if you want to ask a question and not answer it directly in the movie or in a sequel, you have to give the audience enough to try and form their own conclusion.
Right.
I feel like in Prometheus they asked questions, but they didn't give us enough to form our own conclusions.
Well, I was actually pissed that they killed off Charlize Theron.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, why? You know, like, she could have been a really cool character.
Especially the way they killed her off, too.
Yeah. But, look, you imagine if Alien Covenant bombs?
If it bombs, no Alien Awakening, I can tell you that.
Well, could they just make Alien 5 a Blomkamp then, or no?
No, you know what scares
me? That poor guy got screwed, dude.
You know what scares me? It's if Alien Covenant fails, no more Alien movies for a while.
But that guy got screwed, dude.
I agree. I agree. But
I don't listen, not for nothing. Like, he got the interest, so throw him in Alien 5. Like, fuck this Ridley Scott. I mean, look, again, this is not against Ridley Scott, but the guy did not give a shit about aliens for like 3 decades. So now that he has nothing to do, he's like, let me just do what I used to do for the rest of my life. But you didn't give a shit for 30 years. That's my point, that let this fucking guy do it that started this buzz, because give the respect to the guy that caused this interest. Even though he didn't have a hit, maybe that would be his hit, Blomkamp, the Alien 5. Not happy about that at all. I mean, right is right. I mean, let's do the right thing here. You know, Ridley Scott should be fucking thankful that this guy had paid people to draw up artwork and create this shit all over the internet. People are like, oh my God, you know, because he used that to make a fucking Prometheus 2, like, but it's really an alien thing now. Right is right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't understand why he couldn't, why they can't do both. Like, why can't they do Alien Covenant?
Yeah.
And late, not this year. I mean, like maybe next year or something. Do Alien 5, and what you say is that this is both. These are canon to the Alien series, and you make it like the Alien cinematic universe or something like that.
Right.
And there you go.
Well, Ridley Scott's stopping it, obviously.
It's because he wants to make one every year, and he doesn't want it.
So how about this? What if it's a thing where he has a contract that, look, no matter what, I'm doing these, but he could do one, whatever. As long as they don't interfere with each other.
That's the thing. I don't think they want cannibalism with the market.
Well, Sony's doing it. They're going to do different universes, I guess, with Venom and Spider-Man. I don't know what. Yeah. Listen, the audience is smart enough to know. Like most of them will be like, they're not going to question. Like say we had Sony, right? And Sony decides, besides doing Tom Holland in the Spider-Man movies, we're going to show Earth fucking whatever with Tobey Maguire, another movie, or Earth whatever with Andrew Garfield. Nobody's going to really complain if you have that plus that going on. And nobody's going to be like, I don't understand. I mean, and if it's anybody that does say that, the kids are going to explain it to the parents anyway what's happening. So, you know, if I was Sony and if it was allowed, why not? If you're suffering so bad and you don't know what to do and you know that you're going to have a hit with Homecoming, but all the other movies are going to friggin' fail, then do what you know. Like, get Tobey Maguire, get Sam Raimi, do another one. You know, what would be the big deal? Then you could do a Spider-Verse thing or a Shattered Dimensions thing or multi-universe thing. Who cares? But to just nobody wants to see a Sinister Six movie. No one wants to see a Venom without Spider-Man movie. And if he landed on Earth and never bonded with Spider-Man, he can't look like that, right?
I agree.
He shouldn't have Spider-Man powers if he never bonded with him. So I'm worried about the Venom movie. Just like I'm worried.
You know what?
Yeah.
It upsets me is if this Venom movie isn't in the MCU, which I can't see how it would be.
It can't be. It can't be.
That's what I'm saying. It's like.
You know what it is?
That means we're not going to see Venom in the MCU unless the movie fails and Marvel's like, give it to us.
You know what I bet this is? I bet Sony jumped the gun. I bet that in Infinity War, his costume gets wrecked, just like in the comics, and he gets the symbiote in Infinity War, and then gets rid of it at the end of Avengers 3 Infinity War, and then that's the movie. Then you have Venom bonds with Eddie Brock or whatever.
I guess.
But they did that before even friggin' Infinity War comes out. So, you basically revealed, that may happen now.
Well, wait, does it? Well, yeah. I mean, Infinity War comes out what, summer of next year?
Yeah.
So that this comes out in October of next year. So I mean, technically.
But again, you just potentially set a spoiler for Infinity War, possibly, because that's the only thing that could be that his costume gets shredded in space, and somebody gives him a symbiote. And then he gets rid of it. And then that's the Venom movie 3 months later.
But you know what bothers me about that? Isn't this a little early for Spider-Man to be encountering Venom?
Yeah. A lot early. I mean, you're talking 300 issues. Or I mean, it's like he's just starting. So let's just say he's up to, if Homecoming was a thing with Spider-Man, that would be what? Spider-Man 17 issue. And Venom is 300 issue. So it's a lot happens before Venom comes into the picture. I mean, he's married when Venom comes into the picture.
I mean, I know that the movie is obviously going to be different from the comics, but we're going to have Homecoming, so he would have been in Civil War, Homecoming, Infinity War Part 1, gets the suit, loses the suit, or gets the symbiote, I should say, loses the symbiote.
Well, wait. Let's figure this out. When is Homecoming 2 scheduled?
July of this year.
No, 2.
Oh, I don't know.
No, but it's approved.
I believe so.
We did have a date for Homecoming 2, Spider-Man.
I think so. I just don't remember what it is.
But it's 2 years, probably, not a year.
It can't be. How could it be? In 2019? That's when Infinity War Part 2 comes out.
Yeah, but you know what? We got to look this up because we have some conflict here. I think it's.
Is it 2019?
Yeah.
Wow, that's sooner than I
thought.
thought.
No, I'm not. I missed. Hold on. Let me see what they have. July 5th, 2019, dude.
Oh wow. Okay then.
When is Infinity? When is
May 3rd, 2019.
So he gets the costume in Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
He appears in the Venom movie, loses the costume.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, first of all, we need to establish what the hell happens in Infinity War. Is Thanos only in one movie, or is he in 2 movies?
They said he's the main character in this one. I don't know about the next one.
Okay.
I don't know about the next. He might be. We don't even know what the next one is.
Because there's supposed to be 2 parts now. It's not 2 parts.
Well, that's what they're saying.
So how are you going to do a movie where the focus is not Spider-Man, but he gets the symbiote, but he fights Thanos, but then, unless it's just another universe, which that's worse.
It has to be, because this timeline doesn't make sense. If they're in space fighting Thanos in 2018, right?
Right.
And That's part one. Why do
Right.
they come back to Earth? That means, let's say they come back to Earth to get the other Avengers, because they're like, listen, we got this problem in space and we need your help, right? Unless he gets the suit earlier somehow.
At the end of Homecoming?
Like the Guardians of the Galaxy bring it to Earth by accident?
Oh, shit.
Because isn't he supposed to be involved with the Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics at some point?
Not really.
Well, the only thing I can think of is, what if the after credits scene, right, for Guardians of the Galaxy is like them getting the symbiote, but they don't know it's the symbiote? It's like, oh, we got this weird thing in this weird cube or something. And then they bring it to Earth in Infinity War.
No, but see, that's the thing. I don't think, here's the thing. I don't think Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has anything to do with the Infinity War.
No. I mean, after credits.
It's going to end. I'm saying, yeah,
the after credits scene. What if they lead to that? What if it's like that?
It could.
But I mean that would be pushing it, though. That's pushing it, I think. It has to be another universe.
It's kind of rushed. I mean,
right. But here's my problem. There's two problems with it being another universe. If it's another universe, such as the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man universe, then they can't have regular Venom unless they explain that Topher Grace survived, and nobody wants that.
Right.
If it's Andrew Garfield's universe, we never saw Venom in that universe. So unless, and you're going to hate this, unless they do that thing where that really was the Venom symbiote in Oscorp, and it breaks out.
Where?
Remember in the trailer, they said, oh, is that the Venom symbiote at the bottom of the screen?
Oh, God.
Unless they do that and he's not an alien, like they did in the Ultimate Spider-Man universe. Oh, shit.
They'll make it. They create it.
They create it like the Ultimate Spider-Man universe, and he's not an alien. I just remembered that.
Wasn't Spider-Man Homecoming modeled after the main Ultimate Bendis?
I think so. Universe? Yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
Which, again, I hate, mind you.
Because wasn't part of Andrew Garfield's universe part of the, like, wasn't some of the stuff in that modeled after the Ultimate?
It was like half.
Yeah, because Electro.
So this is full Ultimate Universe. But now here's the thing. If Homecoming is Spider-Man's Ultimate Universe, right? That means that Tom Holland's going to die, and Miles Morales is going to take over. Possibly. And I'm not for that.
There's a rumor that he's actually one of Spider-Man's classmates in Homecoming.
Is totally wrong, because their ages are completely different. Like Peter Parker's 25 and he's 15. So, no. Yeah. And according to what Bendis did too, he also made it that Jessica Jones was in class with Peter Parker also. Which right. I don't. If in case you didn't know, Chris, I don't like when they retcon stuff.
Oh no, I understand that totally.
Not happy with that at all. Any of that. So.
Yeah, I just remembered. Remember that part in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer where what's his name is walking through and you see like Doc Ock's arms and the Vulture's wings. There was that weird black stuff like sloshing around, and everyone was like, "Oh, that must be the Venom suit."
But again, would you bring Andrew Garfield back as a secondary character in a Venom movie? Not really.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if they don't want Spider-Man in it, they just don't have him in it. And they say that they quote-unquote modeled the suit after Spider-Man, and that's how he looks like that, which to me is BS. Not even. That's BS to me, but
Marvel has not said boo about this Venom thing. That's what's really getting me crazy.
But, my thing, one of the things I was excited about with Spider-Man being in the MCU was the prospect of we could eventually have Venom, we could eventually have Carnage, we could eventually have all these things. But if they're doing a totally separate Venom movie, we're not going to have that unless it's set in the MCU. Which,
you know what it is? They like Venom as a character. They think he's the coolest friggin' thing. But the problem is that what they're doing is they're making all the new villains in the movies, but not the old villains. And it's sort of screwing up the whole Spider-Man timeline there. Because it's like later on when he gets married and things happen, it won't make any sense. He has to be in the Daily. First of all, he has to be in the Daily Bugle when the Venom thing happens, because the thing is that Eddie Brock is a bodybuilding photographer reporter, and because he's because he's strong, because he's a bodybuilder. When he bonds with the symbiote, it's like Spider-Man on steroids. That's the whole point. So Venom is stronger than Spider-Man because he was already working out before he got. That's like if Steve Rogers was a muscle-bound bodybuilder and then came Captain America. He would look like the damn Hulk.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why Venom is stronger in everything, because he's already stronger before he gets it. Now, to put him in it without any of that taking place, that Peter Parker proves that he plagiarized this and that, and the whole revenge and the whole eating the brains and the hatred of Spider-Man, if that's not there, there's no reason for an alien to hate Peter Parker or Spider-Man. If there's no, just, what are you going to do? Just bond with him and that's it? I mean, that's not, so I don't know, dude. That's just, I don't know how they're going to do it.
I'm telling you, we figured it out just now. They're going to do the thing where he was supposed to be a cure for cancer or something, and then Venom.
But I mean, is he graduating in this movie or no?
I don't think
Probably
so.
not.
Probably, yeah, I don't think so.
So he's going to be in 2-3 movies in high school.
Unless they time skip a bit.
Well, that's just...
Like this one, he's in high school. Next one, he graduates and he goes to college or something, and then...
What's his real age now?
I don't
Homecoming
know.
Is the homecoming dance is what? A sophomore dance, or is he?
That's the way it was in my school. Yeah.
That's what a homecoming dance is.
Yeah, in my school, my high school, that's where it was.
Freshmen don't get crap.
Freshmen get their own dance. At my high school, they got their own.
Okay, so
when I was in high school, but that was 5 years ago. So they could have changed it.
Right. So okay. So then he'll have prom and all that. Okay, whatever. We're doing the high school thing. Okay. So you all right? My girlfriend was broken neck. All right.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. You okay?
You like that one?
Yeah. Hold on, my laptop just. I got it. Yes. Thank you. Poor Sharon don't feel good. Tripping. All right. Oh wait, today's Walking Dead, right? No, not even. Oh, soon, right?
Yep.
All right. All right. Thank you, Chris. We're gonna get out of here. So
thank you.
Take care. Bye for now.